I've been told that love can hurt sometimes.
YouTube, what is up? What is good with you guys? It's the Boul Nate, present and accounted for. And today, before we get into anything, hit that subscribe button, give you a thumbs up. And also comment down below what kind of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more content like this? Do you want to see different content? Comment it down below. And for this week's Let's Talk Tuesday, we're gonna talk about Kanye. We're gonna see if is Kanye really a lost cause or he just misunderstood. And pretty much what got to me, like what got me on this topic, is that like I saw a tweet from my good friend Matt. He pretty much said like Kanye's pretty much like he misunderstood because of mental health and everything like that, and like that kind of got me thinking like, is Kanye really like, is he misunderstood more, or is he like more of a lost cause? Because obviously you saw what's been happening recently, but I don't want to take a step back. Like I don't want to go like ways back, because obviously Kanye's been in the hip hop game, been pretty much been like our generation. Like pretty much, like obviously I'm only 26, so I don't really know much about like the 90s or 80s, but obviously in my generation, Kanye's been there since essentially day one. He dropped the College Dropout back in 2003, or 2004, 2003. So Kanye's been out like a lot the whole time, and honestly, when his mom passed away back in, I looked up recently. I didn't know it was that long ago. It was back in November 2007. Like that's kind of where things really changed with Kanye. And honestly, I can relate, because if you actually saw like part one of his documentary, you saw like how much his mother was very instrumental in him, like being his big supporter, being the one that would like kind of like helping him out, trying to get some leeway in the music game, in the music industry. So obviously, you kind of assume that like if she's that important or like that big supporter in his music, that she was the big supporter and big influence on him obviously growing up. So obviously, when you lose that person, when you lose your number one fan, you lose your biggest supporter. That does a lot to you. You kind of like feel like you lose like a big piece of a lot of your life. Like you lose a big piece of like who you are, and like that definitely can mess up mentally, because it's hard to grieve that, and honestly I can relate, unfortunately, because my mother passed away back in October as well, and she was a big supporter of me. She helped me out a ton, and she kind of always like had my back too. So I'm like, Dad, like I can relate to that. So that's kind of why it's hard. It's kind of like, it's Kanye really lost cause, but then obviously you see the recent comments of slavery is a choice, and then I know it's kind of controversial, but he's even hanging with Trump and talking with Trump and doing things like that. And then he had some other public outbursts. He had some moments on social media where he just kind of post at the post, just kind of like it was kind of like essentially like him like crying out for help. I knew I knew they had on tour like back in like 2019 or something like that. Like we was like talking about like I'm trying to remember. I knew like Jay-Z and then this and this and talking Kim, and yeah, like it was kind of like Kanye crying out for help, and like that got everybody like, oh man, like Kanye needs help, like Kanye like really going crazy. And then obviously like he had different public outbursts. He had like the drone sway, like house sway, and then he kind of doing that and this like that. But it's just like, and like that kind of supports the lost cause thing. It's kind of like that. Like Kanye's having these outbursts, having like these random like, I guess I'll say like tweets or random just going like talking out. And then obviously now recently with Kim K, then Pete Davidson, Kanye's been on IG like screenshotting like the conversations and this and that, and screenshotting conversation with the family, and yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different drama. But it kind of gets to takes like what, like the big question is like what caused Kanye to get to this point, like what caused Kanye to get to where he's at right now, because obviously Kanye, he's doing a lot of good too though. I mean, like he's made so much money. Like his Yeezy brand is like one of the biggest brands in the world right now. Obviously, he's selling out 350s, 500s, 750s, 450s, the Desert Boot things, and recently now the Yeezy Gap with the hoodies and things like that. So like he's making big moves like business wise too, and I already saw an interview like he really wants his shoes to become affordable. Unfortunately, that probably won't happen. At least not for a while because obviously, people want a pair of Yeezy. People want a pair of shoes that can rock. But Kanye really wants to make shoes that everybody can wear eventually. And honestly, I agree with him. I think he will. I think he will eventually get to that point. It is that there could be so much demand for his shoes because it's Kanye's shoes. It's Kanye's brand. So obviously, that's gonna take a while, but. Honestly, for me, I do feel that Kanye is a bit misunderstood. I mainly feel that way because obviously, like his public outbursts and like I said, him saying slavery is a choice, or him saying that, or him being hanging out with Trump, that's obviously gonna rub people the wrong way, and they gonna put him in a negative light. So it's kind of one of the things like where like once you get like into the negative light of people, no matter what you say or no matter like what positivity you do or the positivity that you give, it won't mean anything. People will be like, oh, he still said this, he still did this, and like that's kind of where like a lot of misunderstood like happens, and also just mental health. We don't know we actually don't know what mentally he's going through right now. We don't know what mentally may happen in the past years, because obviously we're just getting like the public view of things. So we're getting like we're seeing IG posts, we're seeing the rants on Twitter, we're seeing maybe some public outlets are tweeting out, yeah, Kanye did this, or Kanye beating up that one fan, or well, one person, one fan, or whatever. But we're only getting like I guess like the more like the negative stuff from Kanye. I mean, I really get towards positive from Kanye, and yes, I understand drama and negativity drives from our society. It drives the news. It drives the media. So it's very gonna be hard for Kanye to get any like really positivity out there. But it is like I don't feel like he's a lost cause. It just feel like Kanye just has to. To be honest, like I think he needs to surround himself with better people. I mean, honestly, because like I know recently saw, well, I guess when like his little like phase with dang, I forgot her name. Damn, yeah, I forgot her name already. That's crazy. But yeah, like we was down here for like a little bit. Like he was with Antonio Brown, who was with Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, like I'm like man, like that might be cool people. But like he needs to surround himself with more, I guess, people, positive people. I mean, think because like AB, like he might be a cool dude, but I'm like he has a lot of drama with him. Floyd Mayweather might be cool, but he has some drama with him as well. So I'm like, he needs to surround himself with just good, positive people, like some upbeat people, and that's another thing that can like actually hurt like him, like or like drive him towards a certain like way. Because I'm like, if you're surrounded people that's like drama filled and tend to go crazy or can have outbursts, that's gonna affect you. And like, I think if Kanye actually changes that mold, could change his circle to be more around like support people. That could definitely change him, and I think probably change the mindset of some people as well. To be like, okay, you know what? He actually not really a lost cause. He more just like understood, or the people around him to kind of help shaping him to be the person that he is right now. So, I said like at the end of the day, I know people gonna have their own, like their own opinions about Kanye. Some people opinions you can't change. You're gonna be like, okay, Kanye, I feel this way about Kanye. Wherever he does, wherever he does, like do or does or things, wherever it could change, but it won't change my opinion. I'm like, okay, it's cool, but honestly, I think Kanye is probably more misunderstood than anything. It is unfortunate that like he has had moments where he put himself in a negative light that's kind of like that's gonna put a stain on him forever, which is unfortunate because he's one of the more influential, not just musicians, but influential people of our generation. So It's kind of fortunate to see that he's like kind of like here right now and things like that. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And I'm not sure. I've been talking for like 10 minutes straight, which is kind of crazy. But okay, I'll just catch you next time. Peace out.